Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zones. Dear distinguished educators, ambassadors of learning, esteemed moderators, speakers, and participants joining us from across the world. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to another edition of a Walk Through Education Global Intellectual Exchange. Every nation has a monument that tells its history, roads that connect its people, an institution that shape its future. Yet before any of this existed, there was a teacher. Before there was a scientist, an engineer, a doctor, a leader, or a president. There was an educator who believed in a learner's potential. This reminds us that the future of every nation is first written in its classroom before it is reflected in its government, its economy, or society. Today is not merely another professional gathering, it is a celebration of profession that quietly shapes history every single day. Our theme for today, Teachers as Nation Builders, the influence of educators in shaping future generations, invites us to look beyond lesson plans, examination, and school walls. Nation building is not only the responsibility of governments, it begins whenever a teacher encourages curiosity instead of fear, integrity instead of dishonesty, collaboration instead of division, and hope instead of despair. Every lesson taught with purpose becomes an investment in a nation's future. Today, our moderators and speakers will explore different dimensions of this powerful responsibility, reminding us that education remains one humanity's greatest instrument for transformation. With great excitement and deep gratitude, I officially declare this session open. You're all welcome to today's session. And I'm going to start today's session by inviting our first moderator that is going to be presenting today. I hereby invite Dr. Mohammed Osama as he speaks on innovation in education, transforming today's classroom for tomorrow's nation. Over to you. You can proceed, Dr. Osama.
Thank you. Greetings from India. Happy International Day of Women and Girls of African Descent and World Drowning Prevention Day. Happy International Day for Judicial Wellbeing. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. I convey my hearty regards to all the dignitaries in this global platform. कुछ और सबक हमको जमाने ने सिखाए, कुछ और सबक हमको जमाने ने सिखाए, कुछ और सबक हमने किताबों में पढ़े हैं. Life taught us different lessons. Life taught us different lessons, and the lessons we learned from books are not the same. Thank you for listening to me. Innovation in education shifts classrooms from rote memorization to active problem solving by adopting AI-driven personalization, project-based tasks, and immersive tech. Today's schools nurture the critical thinkers and innovators required to build a self-reliant and future-ready nation. There are key pillars of classrooms: innovation, personalized learning, utilizing adaptive software and AI to match each student's unique learning pace, experimental and project-based tasks, moving past textbooks to tackle real-world challenges, fostering collaborations and the 4Cs: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. Flipped classrooms, reversing traditional routines by introducing code concepts via digital media at home, leaving school hours free for interactive debate and guided practice. Immersive technologies, deploying augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, to visualize abstract scientific or historical ideas, transforming the nation's future. Economic adaptability, equipping students with digital literacy and dynamic problem-solving skills to navigate a shifting job market, inclusive growth, leveraging cloud access and smart tools to bridge educational gaps between urban and rural student bodies, empowered leadership, cultivating independent agency and civic responsibilities so learners evolve into tomorrow's visionaries and nation builders. Humans have an unlimited capacity to learn, but for learning to be most effective, at least in the formal education sense, methods of delivering new ideas and concepts need to constantly evolve with the times. As we are teaching before the new generation called Gen Z, we must have to teach them, not to command them to sit quietly, but make them participate to make our education qualitative in this new era. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Osama, for this amazing presentation. Yes, innovation is no longer optional, it is essential. And every innovative classroom creates responsibilities that extend far beyond the school gates into society itself. Thank you very much. We appreciate. And I'm going to be moving over to the next moderator for today, Ambassador Miriam Salihu Suleiman, and she's going to be speaking on empowering learners to become leaders of tomorrow. Over to you, Ambassador Miriam.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria. Good evening, everyone, speakers, moderators, participants from all over the world. It is a privilege to speak on a topic that lies at the heart of every thriving society, teachers as nation builders. When we hear the phrase nation builder, our minds often go to presidents, lawmakers, engineers, doctors, or business leaders. While they all play an important role, I believe every one of them first sat in a classroom guided by a teacher. Before there can be leaders, innovators, or change makers, there must first be educators who inspire them. Teaching is more than delivering lessons or preparing learners for examination. It is about shaping character, nurturing values, building confidence, and helping young people discover their purpose. Every day, teachers make countless decisions that influence Every day, teachers make countless decisions that influence not only what learners know, but who they become. The classroom is one of the most powerful places for nation building because it is where tomorrow's citizens are formed. When a teacher encourages curiosity instead of fear, integrity instead of dishonesty, collaboration instead of division, and empathy instead of prejudice, that teacher is building a stronger society, one learner at a time. Today, the world is changing rapidly. AI, climate change, globalization, and evolving workplace demands mean that knowledge alone is no longer enough. Our responsibility as educators is to prepare learners with critical thinking, creativity, adaptability, emotional intelligence, digital literacy, and ethical leadership. These are the competencies that will enable them not only succeed personally, but also contribute meaningfully to their communities and nations. However, we must also remember that we cannot give what we do not possess. If we want resilient learners, we must become resilient educators. If we want innovative students, we must embrace innovation ourselves. If we want lifelong learners, we must model continuous learning. Nation building begins with teachers who are committed to growing professionally and personally. As a teacher, as an educator, I've had the opportunity to work with teachers from different backgrounds. One lesson remains constant. When teachers are empowered, learners flourish. When learners flourish, communities prosper. And then when communities prosper, nations become stronger. As we leave this session today, I encourage us to reflect on a simple but powerful question. What kind of nation are we building through our classrooms today? Because every lesson we teach, every child we encourage, and every life we influence is a brick in the foundation of our nation's future. I will conclude with this quote by Henry Brooks Adam. He said, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. May we continue to teach with purpose, lead with integrity, and inspire with compassion, knowing that through education, we are building not just successful learners, but stronger nations. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such an inspiring presentation, Ambassador Miriam. Indeed, leadership is not inherited, it is nurtured. And today's learners become tomorrow's decision makers, and teachers have the privilege of preparing them long before the world recognizes their potential. Thank you very much, Ambassador Miriam. Thank you. We appreciate your presentation. And moving on, I'm going to be welcoming Ambassador Oluwabumi Anani as she speaks on teachers as community builders, strengthening schools, families, and society. Over to you, Ambassador Oluwabumi.
A hearty evening, afternoon, morning to all our intellectual participants from across the world. It is another opportunity for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn, even if we rub minds together on diverse topics that relate to community engagement and, of course, the teacher. At the start of this quarter, we had hopes at our first session to focus attention on community service, an important component of education. And interestingly, 2 weeks or 3 weeks afterwards, that's the third session, we have recourse to look at community, the teacher, and nation building. Now, the difference is that the laser beam is being centered primarily on the teacher as the focal point of our conversation. For decades and centuries, teachers have had the self-limiting perception about their role. They have this constraining view that their influence is limited within the four walls of the classroom or the four walls of the school. Thanks to conversations and professional development fora, like a walkthrough education, of course, the advantage and benefits of technology and AI that has given exposure to teachers and really redefine their role and identity as people who function and who have influence beyond the very classroom. Now to the point, teachers are more than the classroom instruments. Teachers are builders. Teachers are shapers of the future. Teachers are influencers of destiny. Teachers connect the child, the school, to the community, and of course, to the world. Teachers are the synergic factor that facilitate the intercourse between the community and, of course, the curriculum, the hood, and the street. Now, how does this happen? The teacher influences a conversation whereby the informed mind of the classroom applies solution to the waiting problems in the real society waiting to be solved. And so we have a marriage of theory and practice. Here lies the leverage. Redefining our identity, our role of perception as it reaches beyond the classroom, into the community, and of course, into the global space. Teachers begin to see themselves as the hub of academic excellence, the hub of influence, and of course, the hub of transformation. How does this occur? And how does this connect to us as intellectuals in this very room? Tonight, we have the opportunity again to rededicate our time to looking deeply into the question, into the topic of the teacher as a catalyst for change in nation building through partnership, through engagement, through collaboration. And of course, we have a diverse set of speakers in the room tonight who will be exploring this very critical conversation. And we welcome all our teachers, educators from different influences to join us as we look deeply and we enlighten our minds about our identity and role as nation builders, as shapers of destiny, and of course, influencers of the future. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Our dear CEO, Dr. Gloria, here you are, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Oluwabumi Anani. Thank you for those valuable insights. Education flourishes when schools, homes, and communities work together. And strong communities begin with strong relationships, and teachers remain the bridge connecting them all. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to move over to Dr. Kamal Chandra Lohani as he speaks on Beyond the Classroom, Teachers as Catalysts for National Transformation and Global Citizenship. Over to you, Dr. Kamal.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Namaste, Namaskar. Warm greetings from my side and from India to everybody. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And if education is indeed that weapon, then teachers are the ones who lead to it with purpose, aim it with the precision, and pull the trigger on human potential. We often praise teachers as caretakers, mentors, or guides, but today let us view them through a far more dynamic lens. Teachers as catalysts. In chemistry, a catalyst accelerates reactions without being consumed by it. In society, a teacher accelerates a human growth, kindling fire in young minds that burn long after they leave the classroom. Teachers do not merely deliver a curriculum, they drive two of the greatest imperatives of our era, that is national transformation and global citizenship. And teacher is the engine of national transformation. A nation's future is not written in its legislations or mapped out in the boardrooms. It is posed at 8 a.m. in the morning on Monday inside the classroom. Every doctor, every engineer, every entrepreneur, and every leader once sat at a desk or a chair looking up at the teacher in the classroom. As our President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, if a country is to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are the three key members who can make the difference, and they are father, mother, and the teacher. And national transformation is not just about economic metrics, it is about character, innovations, and critical thinking. When a teacher encourages students to question status quo, they are planting the seeds of civic duty and social reform. When a teacher equips a child with digital literacy and problem solving skills, so they are fueling the country's innovation economy. And teachers build the bedrock of national resilience. They take raw talent and mold it into the human capital that carries a nation forward. Teachers cultivate global citizenship. In our interconnected world, building a strong nation is not only half the mission. The challenges of the 21st century, like climate change, global health crisis, economic shifts, and the digital frontier, do not stop at national borders. This brings us to the second role of the modern catalyst, cultivating global citizens. A global citizen is someone who understands that while their roots are local, but their reach is global. They possess empathy across cultures and commitment to justice and a sense of responsibility towards humanity. It is said that the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. When teachers kindle that fire, they must teach students to look beyond their horizon. By fostering empathy and critical reasoning and cross-cultural understanding, teachers ensure our young people grow up to be custodians of the peace rather than agents of conflict. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the whole world. So, in the end, I would like to say to build a prosperous nation and a peaceful world, we must continue to elevate, invest in, and honor our teachers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamal. Your presentation beautifully reminds us that teachers do not only prepare learners for employment, they prepare them for humanity. And great educators create citizens who contribute positively, both locally and globally. Thank you very much, Dr. Kamal. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And moving on, I'm going to be welcoming my dear elder sister, Dr. Nalini Ashtani, as she speaks on the topic, the future of teaching, reimagining education for national transformation. Over to you, Dr. Nalini.
Namaskar and good evening from India to all of you. Feeling quite elated to be with you all once again one Saturday evening in our name. So, taking to the topic, as you said, reimagining education for national transformation. Yes, when we speak about the future of teaching, we are not merely talking about smart classroom, artificial intelligence, digital boards, or futuristic technology. The future of teaching is fundamentally about reimagining the purpose of education. For centuries, education largely focused on transferring information from teacher to the learner. The teacher was the source of knowledge and the student was the end user of that. But today information is available at the click of a button. Therefore the role of education must move from information to transformation. The question is no longer what should student memorize. The more important question in today's world is what kind of human being and citizens are we preparing them to become. For these, I would like to put on some points from rote learning to meaningful learning, as Mariam said very nicely about rote learning. The future classroom must move from the memorization to critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, and problem solving. This was quoted by Dr. Osama as well. For example, instead of asking students to memorize the cause of water pollution, if we ask them that find out why the water is polluted and what could be the reason of it and how we can rectify it. So this could be the question to ask today's generation. Then the second point could be from teacher as a knowledge giver to as knowledge or learning facilitator. The teacher of the future will be replaced by technology. However, this is not the truth. The teacher who uses technology thoughtfully will become even more powerful. And that's what I am advocating in my workshops. That please don't feel frightened and don't be afraid that you will be kicked off from this job. No, it's not like that. Is this, you have to just find out, is this information accurate? What is the source of this? How does climate change affected the community or whatever the topic it is? And how can a children can do justice to that particular topic? So for that sake, technology may provide answers, but teacher develops wisdom, judgment, empathy, and ethical thinking. So be a teacher instead of be an educator instead of teacher. Education must become more personalized and inclusive. I will say every learner is different, and we are talking about UDL every day to embrace personalized learning and inclusion. For example, teachers' concept of fraction can be taught in very different manner. One could be a visual learner, other could be a kinesthetic learner. So in that way, one has to. And cell will become the center of all education. We have discussed about cell in our previous workshop. In the previous webinar, we have talked about cell, socio-emotional learning. And then from classroom learning to real world connection should be there. So not taking much of your time, I will just say from teaching content to develop capacity or capability, I will say, from memorization to meaning making, from competency to collaboration, from standardization to inclusion, from examination success to lifelong success, from individual achievement to national transformation. If these key points we take and deliver our content, definitely the change will be there. So transformation can be done by this. So every day in every classroom, can create the future by these small tidbits. Thank you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nalini. The future does not simply happen. It is designed by educators who are willing to adapt, innovate, and inspire. And your presentation or today's teaching decision shape tomorrow's society. Thank you very much, Ambassador Dr. Nalini, for that amazing presentation. We truly appreciate. And I'm going to be welcoming our next speaker for today. Excuse me, I need to check the gallery. Let me know if he's here. The last time I checked, he wasn't here. Okay. Okay, so I would like to welcome Dr. Leoncio Calderin as he speaks on Education for Sustainable Nations, Preparing Learners for a Changing World. Over to you, sir.
Okay, good day, Dr. Gloria, distinguished educators and participants from around the world. When we talk about sustainable nations, we often think about protecting the environment, strengthening the economy, or just creating better policies. While these are essential, none of them can last without one important foundation, it's education. Every generation faces new challenges. Today, our learners are growing up in a world shaped by rapid technological changes, artificial intelligence, climate concerns, globalization, and careers that didn't even exist a decade ago. Our responsibility as educators is not simply to prepare students for today's world, but for the world they will inherit and eventually head. This means that education must go beyond memorizing facts. We need to help learners develop critical thinking, creativity, adaptability, collaboration, ethical decision making, and a commitment to lifelong learning. These are the competencies that enable people to respond to change rather than fear it. A sustainable nation is built by citizens who are capable of solving problems, respecting diversity, caring for their communities, and making responsible decisions. These qualities are not developed overnight. They are nurtured every day in our classrooms through meaningful learning experiences and positive teacher role models. At St. Mark Integrated School, in my school in the Philippines, this belief shapes our educational philosophy. Our vision is to develop lifelong learners who are disciplined and holistically developed, while our mission is to prepare students that who will apply their knowledge and skills to make their community, country, and the world a better place. We believe that sustainability begins with educating not only the mind, but also the character and values of every learner. Preparing learners for a changing world also means embracing innovation while remaining grounded in timeless values as excellence, compassion, and integrity. Technology will continue to evolve, but these values will always guide responsible leadership and meaningful service. As educators, we are not only teaching today's lessons, we are preparing tomorrow's innovators, healthcare professionals, scientists, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and parents. Every learner we empower today becomes part of a solution to the challenges of tomorrow. If we want sustainable nations, we must first build sustainable education. Education that equips learners not only to succeed in a changing world, but also to improve it. Thank you very much, and may we continue preparing learners who will create a more sustainable, peaceful, and prosperous future for all of us. Mabuhay from the Philippines. I'm Dr. Noli Calderon.
Mabuhay, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Nolly. You have shown us that sustainable development begins with sustainable education. And by preparing learners for tomorrow requires teaching them not only what to think, but how to think responsibly and act wisely. Thank you very much, Dr. Nolly. Thank you. And I'm going to be welcoming Dr. Hussein Mogdum, as he speaks on the topic, The Teacher's Legacy, Inspiring Lifelong Learners and Future Changemakers. Over to you, Dr. Hussein.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria, and all other distinguished educators, respected participants, and all others. So I would like to begin with a question. If every certificate, every award, every publication, and every achievement carrying your name disappears tomorrow, would your life's work disappear too? For most professionals, perhaps it would, but not for teachers, because a teacher's great work is never signed. It walks, speaks, leads, innovates, and serves through other people. A teacher's legacy is not invisible signature written on thousands of lives. Centuries from now, history may forget our names, but history will never escape our influence. So every doctor who comforts a patient, every engineer who builds safer sites, every entrepreneur who creates opportunities, every leader who chooses integrity over power is, in many ways, the continuation of a teacher's lesson. So think about it. A teacher never truly retires. Our conversations echo in boardrooms, our encouragement travels into laboratories, our values enter parliaments, our belief in a child can outlive us by generations. So this is extraordinary. Today, however, our responsibility has become even greater. Artificial intelligence can answer questions. Search engines can provide information. Technology can personalize learning. But one of these can ignite purpose. Our teacher can help a learner discover not only what to think, but why it matters. The future will not belong to those who simply know more. It will belong to those who continue learning, questioning, adopting, and creating. This is why our greater mission is not producing high scores, it is developing lifelong learners, people who remain curious long after they leave our classrooms. Beyond life learners, we must nurture future change makers. So, change makers are not those who wait for the world to improve, they are the ones who improve it. They see problems as invitations, differences as strengths, failures as feedback, and learning as a lifelong journey. If our students leave us with these qualities, then our legacy has already begun. So perhaps we should stop asking, what did I teach today? And start asking, whose future did I quietly reshape today? Because in the end, our legacy will never be measured by lessons we delivered. It will be measured by the courage we inspired, the character we cultivated, and the features we made possible. A teacher's legacy is not found in classrooms, it is found in every life that becomes a source of hope for someone else. Thank you for listening to me so carefully.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hussein, for that wonderful presentation. Yes, the greatest legacy of a teacher is not measured by years of service, but by generations of lives transformed. A teacher's influence continues long after the final lesson has ended. Thank you very much, Dr. Hussein. Thank you. We appreciate you. And I'm going to move over to Dr. Nahid Raza as he speaks on the topic. This topic, just give me a minute, let me get his topic. Okay, his topic, he's going to be speaking on the topic, teachers as architects of national character, building citizens beyond academics. Over to you, Dr. Nahid. The floor is yours. Hello, Dr. Nahid, where are you? Hello, Dr. Nahid. I can see him here, but probably he's not close to his device. So while we wait for him, please, I would love everyone to turn on their cameras. Let's take a photo shoot while we wait for our last moderator before we move into our breakout rooms. Please kindly turn on your cameras. Let's take our photo shoot if it's possible for you, please. Dr. Alex Fernandez, please could you help me in taking the photo shoot, please? I like the way the outcome of your pictures, please. All right.
Dr. Gloria,
Yes,
if
please.
if I'm not mistaken, we are forgetting about Professor Nobeto.
Okay. Is he here now?
I can't
Professor
see him, but
Nobeto, okay, he was supposed to. Okay, Professor Nobeto,
yes,
if
he
you're
is our
ready.
moderator.
Yes. Professor Nobeto, please, pardon me. Go ahead with your presentation. I'm sorry about that. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's from me.
No, we cannot hear him as well. So it's his Professor. We cannot hear you, Professor Norbert. Professor Paranga.
We don't hear anything.
No, we can hear you. You don't have video,
No,
but we can hear you.
no, he's not the one that just spoke. It was Ambassador Joseph Simba that just spoke.
Okay.
All right. Actually, before now, he reached out to me, so he will be doing his presentation at the breakout room, not in the main room. So that was the reason why I didn't call him in the first place.
So that was the reason why I.
All right, so Prof, are you ready to speak here, or will you be speaking at the breakout room?
Hey, ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You're audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. I am encountering a discrepancy here. Okay. A pleasant good evening, everyone. Education is often described as the great equalizer, yet in reality, not every learner begins the journey from the same starting line. Some walk into classrooms carrying not only books but also burdens of poverty, disability, geographic isolation, discrimination, or limited access to educational opportunities. This is why the theme, equity, inclusion, and excellence, leaving no learner behind, is not merely a slogan. It is a moral obligation and a national commitment. We must first understand that equity is different from equality. Equality gives everyone the same resources, while equity provides every learner with the support they need to succeed. Inclusion means ensuring that every learner, regardless of disability, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, religion, or place of residence, is welcome, respected, and given an equal opportunity to learn. Excellence is achieved not when only the highest performing students succeed, but every learner is empowered to reach their fullest potential. In the Philippine setting, this commitment is more important than ever. Across our nation, our learners from the underprivileged families, geographically isolated communities, indigenous peoples, Muslim communities, and the students with disabilities who continue to face barriers to quality education. If we truly believe that education is a constitutional right, then we must ensure that no Filipino learner is denied opportunities because of circumstances beyond their control. This is where the government leadership becomes indispensable. The government must intensify its effort to make education genuinely inclusive by expanding special education programs, improving accessible school facilities, investing in assistive technologies, increasing scholarship, and educational subsidies, strengthening teacher training and inclusive
education for teachers training. Okay, it must be experienced in every classroom, every school, in every community. This vision is also advocacy, is the advocacy of the League of Academic Professional and Interdisciplinary Society, or LAPIS, our organization. We believe that education should reach those who need it most through educational support initiative, community outreach programs, research webinars, advocacy campaigns. LAPIS has extended assistance to more than 7,000 underprivileged, underserved learners and students with disabilities around the world. These initiatives are made possible through the generosity of our members, volunteers, partners, and stakeholders who continue to demonstrate that education can transform lives regardless of one's social economic circumstances. As educators, policymakers, community leaders, parents, students, and citizens, let us work hand in hand to build an education system where every learner is valued, every voice is heard, and every dream is given the opportunity to flourish. Let us remember that the true measure of education is excellence. How many learners excel alone? How many learners will it together? Together, let us champion equity, embrace inclusion, pursue excellence, and ensure that no students, learner is ever left behind. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all. Thank you, ma'am, again, for giving me opportunity to speak. My apologies for
You are muted.
Sorry about that. I just had to, there was noise in my background, so I had to just quickly mute myself. Thank you very much, Professor Paranga, for that amazing presentation. True educational excellence exists only when every learner has the opportunity to succeed. And inclusion is not simply an educational goal, it is a moral commitment to humanity. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prof. And I'm going to call Dr. Nahid. Are you there? Dr. Nahid? Okay. All right. While we wait for him, please kindly turn on your cameras. Let's take our photo shoot before we move into the breakout rooms. Dr. Miriam, please help me take other. You have I think 3 pages. Okay, 2 pages. So please. All right, please turn on your cameras, everyone. Let's take our photo shoot. We're going to be using our favorite emojis. Our favorite emoji, the heart emoji. So after the count of 5, we'll all click on the emoji, just the way the way it is now. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please endeavor to fill out your name on in the attendance register, and you're going to see yourself. If you are new here, you're going to see a link on your screen. Just click on the link, and it will lead you to the breakout room where we're going to continue the discussion. So we're going to. Yes, please.
I'm not supposed to have 2 photos. I think it's 2 pages.
Okay, I thought you were taking the second page. That was why I didn't bother.
Oh.
All right, okay, let's move to the next page. Please, I don't even.
I took the page, but I don't know what page
Okay,
it is.
I took the front page. Dr. Alex, please, did you take any photo? I don't know if he did. All right, I think he did. I've seen it. All right, so after the count of 5, Dr. Miriam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. And this brings us to the end of the moderation sector, moderators session. We are going to be moving over to the breakout room. So click on the link on your on your device and join your room.
Where, Dr. Gloria? Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, I've opened the room now. Sorry about that. All right, if you don't have a room, just hold on. I'm going to, maybe you joined in when I've already. Okay. I would appreciate if you save your name with us. Okay, Dr. Gayatri. I think Dr. Gayatri, you're already in a room. I can see most of you in a room now. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. Please give me my room.
Yes, I've already sent it to you. I've already sent it to you.
Okay.
Most of you have your
Okay.
rooms. Yes. So if you don't have a room, just let me know. I'm going to add you to one. Okay.
Dr. Laura, good evening, ma.
Hi, good evening, Doctor.
Still waiting.
Oh, okay, it's like you left the room because I know I already assigned you to a room. Please let me just turn off the recording. Let me.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Thank you again. I convey my hearty regards to all the dignitaries in this global platform. लोग हर मोड़ पे रुक रुक के संभलते क्यों हैं? लोग हर मोड़ पे रुक रुक के संभलते क्यों हैं? इतना डरते हैं तो घर से निकलते क्यों हैं? इतना डरते हैं तो घर से निकलते क्यों हैं? Why do people pause and steady themselves at every turn? If they are so afraid, why do they step out of their homes at all? Thank you for listening to me. In my room, there were amazing people. It was full of amazing people and renowned personalities like one of the Greeks, Dr. Rania Lempo, the place where Alexander was born, the place where Aristotle was born, the place where Plato was born, the place where Socrates was born. So one story of Alexander I'm here sharing, that once Alexander asked his tutor Aristotle that my tutor, please tell me what's the difference between a father and a teacher. The great Aristotle, the great teacher, replied that a father is one who took his son from the heaven to hell in this world, but a teacher is one who shows the roads to the heaven again. So thank you, Dr. Rania, for giving your valuable insights in this platform. Her topic was empowering learners through innovation and emerging technologies. The main gist was from her that let's change the traditional system and implement the new system of AI and with great care. I am ever grateful to her for his greatness and with this insight. Now the second one was panelist one was Dr. Salesh Prajapati ji. He's a great Indian. For him, I'm giving another quote that मैं न जुगनू हूं न दिया हूं न तारा हूं मैं न जुगनू हूं न दिया हूं न तारा हूं रोशनी वाले मेरे नाम से जलते क्यों हैं रोशनी वाले मेरे नाम से जलते क्यों हैं आई एम नीदर अ फायरफ्लाई नॉर अ lamp? Why then do the luminaries burn with envy by my name? So thank you, Salesh Ji Prajapati. His learning, he told for the development of the students to connect with the fearless world. While they are doing, they learn many things. So the main theme was that learning by doing. If we implement such kind of PBL in our classrooms, we can develop the students' potential. And thank you, Salesh Ji. Our next panelist was Rafael Joy Inam. She was very curious to know about us, and with this she started her views about the topic digital literacy, a survival skill for future. She, within her talking, she told us that we should help the students learning with care, and we should tell them how to use them. So digital literacy is the basic need of this era, that we have to be careful for giving the students with digital devices. Before giving them the digital devices, we should have to make them careful, and we should guide them not to misuse by them. Like this, and another panelist was Akin Wagan. She was absent for any cause. So my special gratitude to all the three panelists in this room, and I am ever gratitude to you, ever grateful to you all for listening to me. Thank you all.
Dr. Mohammed, I would never expect that you have so much deep
Thank you
knowledge
very
of
much, Dr.
Greek history.
Hello?
He has a deep knowledge. Can you hear me, Dr. Gloria?
Okay, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Dr.
Yes.
Osama, for the feedback you've just given. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And I can see that members of your room really enjoyed themselves. You had real fun over there. Thank you and congratulations to that room.
He has a deep knowledge of ancient Greek history. I would never expect this.
You know,
He's very passionate.
Greek history
Yes,
is
he knows
very
a lot.
popular. It's a very popular one, the Greek history. I think most countries learn about ancient Greek in their primary and secondary school. Even Nigeria, we do learn about. I think we teach our students about Greek history. Can you hear me? Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. So, and also,
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you. And I love what about Greek?
Yes.
Souvlaki, Greek salad, feta cheese, cheesecake. It all came from Greece. So partly I know something about history of Greece. It's about food.
Your mind is on the food.
Mine is about I think there is this ancient building, the building for the gods. So it's really a popular one. The Tudors and the ancient Greeks are popular history subjects for primary and secondary schools everywhere. Thank you
I
very
won't
much.
mention pizza anymore. So it's about a feta cheese or cheesecake. It came from Greece. They invented that.
Oh, you love food. Professor Nolly, you
Yeah,
love food.
Ambassador Naid. Oh, we're talking about food. So let Dr.
Yeah.
Rania bring us cheesecake next time.
All right, let me welcome the next moderator because of time. Ambassador Mary, I'm over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Gloria. And our room, we had a fantastic session. I had my entire family in the room actually today.
Yeah, I noticed that.
My mom was there, my sisters were there. So yes, although each speaker approached the topic from a unique perspective, together they have painted a comprehensive picture of what it truly means to empower learners to become the leaders of tomorrow. Dr. Shelja began by reminding us that leadership is not something people are simply born with. It is developed through intentional experiences and guidance. She encouraged us to rethink the role of the teacher, not merely as someone who delivers knowledge, but as a mentor who inspires, guides, and creates opportunities for students to lead. She highlighted the importance of fostering collaboration, critical thinking, communication, and responsibility in our classroom, showing us that every classroom interaction can become an opportunity to nurture leadership. Ambassador Mustakil Jihad passionately highlighted the transformative power of inclusive education. He challenged us with the question of how many future leaders we fail to discover simply because they were never given an opportunity. His message reminded us that exclusion does not only disadvantage individual learners, it deprives society of innovation, of creativity, and future leadership. He encouraged educators to create classrooms where every learner, regardless of their background, ability, or circumstances, feels valued, included, and empowered to contribute. Ambassador Zainab reminded us that every learner matters and that building an equitable future requires us to move beyond treating every learner the same. She clearly distinguished between equality and equity, explaining that true fairness means providing each learner with the support they need to succeed. She encouraged educators to look beyond grades, behavior, and labels, and instead recognize the unique strengths and potential within every child. Finally, Ambassador Anna Patrick took us on a reflective journey, reminding us that every child carries unique gifts and untapped potential. Through relatable examples, she showed us that many children and even adults often need someone to believe in them before they can believe in themselves. She emphasized that teachers are often the first to recognize abilities that learners may not see yet, and that by giving children genuine care, attention, encouragement, and patience, we can help them discover not only what they are capable of doing, but also who they are meant to become. Her presentation reminded us that education is ultimately about helping learners find purpose as much as academic success. Unfortunately, I don't know if Dr. Gloria sent Ambassador Gayatri Mishra to another room, but she wasn't there with us. So as we reflect on everything we heard today in our group, one message stands above all others. Every child has leadership potential, but that potential flourishes only when it is intentionally nurtured. Leadership grows when teachers inspire confidence, help learners discover purpose, amplify student voices, and embrace inclusion, and ensure equity for every child. Thank you very much to all moderators, speakers, and participants of AWTE for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miriam, for giving us a detailed breakdown of what happened in your room. God bless you. We've really learned from what you've just explained to us now. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm moving on to Ambassador Oluwabumi Anani. Over to you. And sorry, Dr. Gayatri had network issues, so she was in the main room all through. She couldn't join the breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
Gayatri ma'am was in my room, ma'am.
Yes, it was towards the end I sent her to your room. She was able to join your room. Yes. She had network issues. She was with me in the main room. I was also in your room, Dr. Kamal. All right, over to you, Dr. Oluwabumi.
Thank you very much, Ma, for this opportunity you've given to us in our room to share our insights. Now we had really brilliant perspectives that collectively gave a deeper insight into the topic, teachers as community builders, strengthening schools, families, and society. Now the common that connects the perspectives that were marshaled in the room is the fact that education is beyond grades. Education should empower. education should transform. And that transformational gift that education gives to today's generation is hinged on the shoulders, on the investment of the teacher. And of course, the teacher cannot give what he or she is not or what he or she does not have. Foremost on the presentation line, we have Ambassador Ganesh Kandagata. Please forgive me if I am not pronouncing it correctly. Now, Ambassador Ganesh educated us on the fact that education's the main focus is to transform lives. That we need strong school partnerships, as the school cannot exist or function in isolation. And by the teacher cannot maximize the potential of his role and identity in isolation. Strong partnerships improve students' academic activity there. When there is strong partnership, there is emotional well-being. The preparation of students for life skills will also happen. That we will create an ecosystem where teachers are supported. Now, this is the call to action from this presentation. The need to intentionally, deliberately support teachers. A supported teacher will naturally translate to a supported student. And the presenter concludes by quoting Nelson Mandela that education is the most potent weapon to create transformation and change in the society. We move to Ambassador Sajad, who spoke to us on the topic parents and teachers who partners in nation building. And in his presentation, reminded us that teachers are intentional builders who shift mind and values. Teachers instill values and creativity as well as other competences in the learner. And this is really pivotal. In his presentation, he said that shaping future generations depends on the influence of the teacher as the teacher models values and social responsibility, which means that about spewing out information in the classroom about partnership with the community. But most fundamentally, it is about the teacher being that example, being that role model, because examples speak louder than words. Now, education prepares students to face global challenges. So in his presentation, he moves from the responsibility of the teacher to model the values and competences, particularly in the area of social responsibility, to remind us that education should prepare students for the changing world and for the global challenges that arise daily. Parents and teachers as partners should build formidable partnership because it takes a village and even more than a village to raise the next generation. And so thankfully we had Ambassador Halima Mustafa who joined us and contributed a quota to the ongoing conversation about partnership between teachers, the community, and in our own words, she took it from a different perspective. She says that she started with a scenario that underpins the importance of resilience. The importance of resilience. She talks about building resilience in this uncertain world. Her presentation reminds us of the myriad challenges that assail today's generation of learners, which make academic excellence a limited and insufficient metric to measure the quality of education. So if education is all about academic excellence and does not position or empower the learner to adapt, to adjust, and face with resilience and emotional sagacity the global challenges that face today's learner, then that kind of education or that kind of goal is poor. Hence, teachers are called to look beyond grade, to look beyond academic excellence, but to go beyond that, to infuse the social, enabling, and empowering values of resilience, adaptability for this changing world. And so, in summary, This requires the partnership of parents, school leaders, countries, government, and a safe environment not only for the child, but for the teacher who has been given the responsibility to prepare, to instill, to position the learner with the toolkit that the child will need to resiliently face the global challenges of today's reality. And so, she finally said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. We have the final presenter, Ambassador Joseph Simba, who spoke within the lines of globalization and climate change, and his call is for adaptability. In resonance to the thrust of the presentation made by Ambassador Halima Mustafa, he reminds us that the future of a nation depends on teachers that is a key term that he kept reiterating in his presentation, that the teacher who is future minded, the teacher who is a nation builder and is set to wield the tool of education as a transformative device needs to possess the mindset, the skills, and the knowledge to produce, transform, and prepare learners. In other words, a teacher who does not possess the current knowledge and the skill set of adaptability will not be able to produce a transformed and empowered learner. The teacher is one who possesses professional knowledge to meet the needs of learners, but today's context requires the teacher to do more. It requires us to embrace technology, to de-emphasize rote learning, to emphasize competencies that empower learners for the uncertain, changing world. Teachers who successfully prepare and empower learners and themselves are lifelong learners. So only a teacher who is a lifelong learner would stay adaptable and be able to position the mindset of a learner to be a lifelong learner as well. So in conclusion, I would like to say that the summary of our conversation in our room is the need for teachers to wake up to their responsibility. It's a high call. This is not for teachers to sit on the fence, but to equip themselves daily and to stay abreast of the goings on, the trends, the industry practices that are required for them to create an enabling environment that instills resilience, lifelong learning, adaptability, and of course, community consciousness in today's learner. We say a big thank you to our CEO, Dr. Gloria, and of course, Dr. Rania, and every member of the room who contributed their time, their voice, their expertise and experience in ensuring that we had an enriching conversation tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Luabumi, the great orator. Thank you. It was amazing. It was as if we were there in the room. We enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to move over to Ambassador Dr. Kamal. Over to you, Dr. Kamal.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good evening once again. Ulwa Bhubi, ma'am, what do you eat after all? So much energy you are having. And so deep knowledge. I am really surprised to hear you. I salute. I salute. I salute Ulwa Bhubi, ma'am. I salute
Honestly.
Gloria, ma'am. I salute Rania, ma'am. I salute Nalli, ma'am. I salute and Nahid, sir. Yala, ma'am. What are you after all? Gems, really. Anyway, in my room, the speakers who were there, they are really amazing speakers. They spoke very beautifully what the topic was given to them. Because I have the list of the speakers, I think 2 or 3 were absent there, but I have 3 who spoke there. In first number I invited Yala ma'am as he was talking about the educational leadership. I would like to just summarize because what they have spoken, everybody knows and everybody heard that. She was talking that strong and a great leader or leadership, educational leadership leadership, it is the strong foundation of the nation. That is the main point. Means the whole credit goes to teachers. The whole responsibility goes to the teacher. And that leadership creates ideal citizens. Ideal citizens, disciplined students, and great leaders for the country. And this leadership encourages innovations, motivation, and encouragement. Teachers who are the great leaders, they are the heart of the school. Means they change the whole scenario of the school. They encourage a lifelong learning. Teachers that strong educational leadership promotes critical thinking, creativity, discipline, problem solving in students. And strong leaders promote discipline and quality education in the classroom. And quality education means it contributes to the development of the nation, to the economy of the nation, and which is given by the great teachers or educators. At the same time, she was talking about the digital literacy, which is very, very important in present scenario. So thank you, Yala ma'am. You are really a great teacher. I always appreciate you, and you are the inspirations for everybody. So hardworking. Thank you very much. Then I just invited Ravi Venkatesh sir. What should I say about Ravi sir? Ideal teacher, inspiration. We are learning from him. What energy levels he is having. And she was talking, no, sorry, he was talking about his topic. The topic was ripple effect of the great teacher. Who is the great teacher after all? The person who is disciplined, regular, punctual, having high character. That is called, who is working for the development of the nation. He is the great teacher. And great teacher influences generations of the families and committee members. So this teaching, sorry, great teacher prepares ideal student. They builds the character of the students. He just gave the examples of our Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the President of India. He said that according to APJ Abdul Kalam, classroom is the center of transforming students. Yes, I do agree with that. And he gave so many examples of his working. As he said, I conducted so many activities, so many competitions, so many creativity programs. And I just have the PTM. I encourage the parents in the PTM, encourage the students in the classroom. I motivate them. I encourage community people. So there are so many activities and competitions are being done by our respected Ravi Kumar sir as a great teacher. So that is the real impact of a great teacher on the students. Thank you, Ravi Kumar sir. You are really, really inspirational to everybody like Gloria ma'am and Rania ma'am. I respect you. I salute. After that, I had Gayatri madam. Gayatri, very hardworking teacher. And now she is improving. And she was talking about her topic, influence of education in shaping the future. He said that education is a lifelong process. Of course, it is a lifelong process. So we need to learn every moment because it empowers us. It makes our future. It makes the nation strong. Education plays a vital role in preparing disciplined students, students of high character, and it prepares students for the future challenges. And education develops problem solving in the students, critical thinking in the students, and there are so many things which are done by the teachers for the development of the school. In between, the network was breaking, so she could not speak. She could not complete her topic. Anyway, she is very hardworking teacher. Now improving, I must say, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Gayatri ma'am. Thank you, Ravi sir. Thank you, Yala ma'am, and thank you, our respected CEO, global CEO, Gloria ma'am. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much for that feedback, Dr. Kamal. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And
Thank
congratulations
you,
to
ma'am.
your
Thank
role.
you.
All right,
Thank
I'm moving over to Dr. Nalini. Over to you, Dr. Nalini.
Thank you, and appreciate that you have given me the chance to be the moderator and be in a global world with those 3-4 people from all the way Ecuador to Pakistan, and from in India itself, from the eastern side to the northern side of India. So I was being blessed to have my companion as Dr. Brotati, Dr. Alex, and Dr. Mukhtiar from Pakistan. And I missed Simba sir. He was there, but he left the room and he has gone to some other room. And I deeply miss Dr. Shanul Bhanji because she speaks beautifully. So I missed her. So taking you to the core points of what these people started with Dr. Botati, as she was there, and her topic was teacher as nation builders. The key takeaways which she talked about was we are fortunate together on this Saturday, and she was very much happy to be there and reflected and grow together as educators. She always feels that we are fortunate enough to be in this company, in this family. So when we think of nation building, we often think of politicians, scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs. However, behind every successful person is often a teacher who believed in these before the world did. A teacher influence goes for far beyond the classroom. Yes, it is absolutely correct, and I did too on Dr. Botati saying that we as an educator we do not merely teach subject, we shape the values, the attitudes, the confidence, the dreams, and the character and the purpose of their lives. She gave the example of none other than my mentor, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our president. His teacher, how Shiva Subramaniam Iyer encouraged him and he dreamt about him. The role of it is, and she gave the entire story in front of us, which I'm not going to narrate now. But it was all about that how a teacher can inspire a student and can bring the change in a life, because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a child. As a child, he used to distribute newspapers in the community, and then became an engineer, and then he wanted to become a pilot, but he was not being selected, and later he became the president, scientist, and then the president of India. He was the person who has pushed our DRDO or ISRO to bring the changes in the what to say in the science, this missions, the arrow missions. So the role of teacher has become very more significant in the age of artificial intelligence. That's what she emphasized. Student can access information but in a click, but teachers help student to develop wisdom, empathy, humanity, ethics, and the ability to ask the right question. The human side of education must never be lost in the age of AI. This should be taken care by the educators, she emphasized. And then she talked about student may not remember every lesson what we teach, but they may remember the confidence we have gave to them, the encouragement we offered to them, and the moment we told them, yes, dear, you can do it. So the entire closing thought of hers was every classroom is a foundation for the future, and every teacher is helping to shape the nation. So I thank Dr. Brotati for your inputs, and I appreciate that you talked about how learning can help in growing and becoming a better student and educator both. Then I had my friend all the way from Ecuador, Dr. Alex, and his takeaway was very precise and very clear, that he said preparing student for the future, as his topic was, the job of tomorrow may not exist today. Many of today's students may work in professions that we cannot yet imagine, and future careers may include roles such as space engineers, digital well-being coaches, computer analysts, robotic coordinators, synthetic scientists, AI specialists, and many more. And we know don't even know what kind of opportunities will be there in the future. So many professions that once seemed like science fiction are already becoming a reality, and because of rapid development of technology and artificial intelligence. So therefore, the real question is not only what job will our students do, but rather what kind of human being are we preparing them to become. And technology is becoming faster, smarter, and more powerful. So computer can process information at incredible speed, but there are things technology cannot truly replace, and that is the love, the dream, the laugh with human emotion, the show of compassion, and building meaningful human connection. So, therefore, the future of education must focus on developing the human qualities that technology cannot replicate. That is empathy, communication skill, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and humanity, with digital intelligence and responsibility towards technology. So, the core of all was that we are preparing the human beings who will create tomorrow. So, while technology may become more faster, but it will not help them to become a human being. So, for that sake, the future needs intelligent technology, but it needs compassionate human beings even more. And this was summed up by Dr. Alex. Appreciate, Dr. Alex, the way you have put together that how the future is going to change. And I was fortunate enough to have all the way one of my brother from Pakistan, Dr. Mukhtiar. I was not having his topic, but he still tried to speak something, and he talked about how educators can build their nations. And especially this is only because building nation is not the responsibility of the politicians or the people, administrators or some, but good citizens can only be built by on the humanitarian ground by the people, and that is especially the educators. So even whatever religion we believe, he was saying that the main source should be that building the nation with global citizens. And that was all from my room. I missed a few of them, Mr. Simba and Dr. Chanul Banji. And in this, I would like to sum up all the three, that when our students leave the classroom, will they carry only certificates, or we making them to carry 4 C's? What are those 4 C's? That is the confidence, the competency, the compassion, and the courage that will help them to transform the entire nation and the globe. That's all from my side and from room number 7, with all these three beautiful speakers with whom I enjoyed a lot, and I traveled the globe. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the feedback and congratulations to your room. Thank you. All right, so let me quickly call on Dr. Nolly for his feedback. Dr. Nolly, over to you.
So thank you, Dr. Gloria, when you mentioned about moderator Miriam, that she also carries her whole family throughout the globe,
Yeah.
just like Dr. Nalini. So, and here now it's almost 1 p.m., 1 a.m. in the morning. So,
Sorry about
so
that.
the whole household is fast asleep. But I'm the one only awake. Probably my dog is downstairs just waiting for a stranger to bark on. Okay, so we have four inspiring educators with brains and beauty, and I'm surrounded, so I have to surrender to their thoughts and convictions, and they outnumber me 4-1. So four beautiful ladies outnumbering me, but it's not the outnumbering me; it's the thoughts that they delivered. Our first panelist, Shivama Marikar, is breaking up barriers to education opportunity. She explored how education can become more accessible, inclusive, responsive to the diverse needs of learners. Her topic highlights the role of educators in creating learning environments where every student feels valued, supported, and empowered. So, by embracing inclusive teaching practices, especially when she emphasized leveraging technology to expand access and recognize the unique strengths of each learner, schools can help close opportunity gaps and promote lifelong learning. For Kwakti Nai, or known for her name, alias Jasmine, promoting diversity as systemic education, she recognized that every learner brings something valuable in the classroom. So, as educators, we have the responsibility to create classrooms where every learner feels accepted, respected, and included. So, she made this flowchart. If one belongs, she becomes confident, and she will learn. She will participate, and that classroom becomes one community. Her the impact that she made, the statement is the nation is built from the classroom. So it's quite now it's uh, quite remarkable that we ourselves are the nation builders, since we build the nation from our own classroom. So Akilima Fahad mentioned about that one-liner that we also use, think globally and act locally. Reminds us that she reminded us that preparing learners for the future starts with helping them understand the world while staying connected to their own communities. She also mentioned that educators are, as a simile, an analogy, are the bridges that connects world knowledge and local action. She also mentioned famous quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "Future depends on what you do." So they also need to recognize that meaningful change begins close to home. And when students grow with the mindset that they become compassionate, responsible, and engaged citizens who are ready to contribute to a more peaceful and sustainably connected world. We miss another 4 out of 5, so we only miss Dr. Shaikh, but we have our last panelist, Ambassador Lagmani. Kumari, she only said something, a very short one. So she mentioned about her experience in a small group with probably preschoolers, about a nursery rhyme, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I forgot the word she mentioned. But it also she integrated math and the love for family. So you have mathematics integration with values. So she said it in only a few words. So it's more than academic achievement. It's about shaping individuals who value respect, empathy, responsibility, and cooperation. So when learners are taught to listen to others, especially educators, we also have to listen to educators who speak less than what is needed. So if the speaker or learner didn't accomplish the 3 or 5 the test questions or even the time limit for the speeches, we try to appreciate her for that different perspective and learn to resolve and create classroom communities where people feel safe, valued, and connected. I might look stern or even serious, but in the inside I'm happy and joyful having joined this. So let not be an obstacle for speakers to share what they feel, what they know, what they feel and what they want to say, because this is a place where it is safe and your voice is valued. So thank you, Dr. Ambassador Kumari, and please try to express yourselves more than what is needed, so we can actually learn something from your part, especially you're teaching the youth in your own way. So that's all from my classroom.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to you and your team members. And thank you for staying this long with us. We appreciate. We are not taking this for granted. Thank you. All right.
Welcome.
All right. So I'm going to be welcoming Dr. Hussein for his feedback. Over to you, Dr. Hussein.
Come on. Hello.
Yeah, hello, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. So we had a wonderful room, and we had four speakers, but two were absent. And Dr. Gloria Oppara, and she spoke very well on encouraging lifelong learning beyond school walls. So I found Dr. Gloria Oppara's session highly insightful. He effectively demonstrated that education is a lifelong journey and inspired us to nurture learning beyond the boundaries of formal classrooms. And Ankita Pandey, she was absent from the session, and then spoke Dr. Surya Banu on the topic, the lasting influence of a great teacher. So Dr. Surya Banu's presentation was both meaningful and inspiring. She beautifully highlighted how a teacher's influence extends far beyond academics, shaping character and future generations. Then Mustafa Halima, she was also absent, and we had another participant. He was not actually included in the list of speakers, but she spoke very well. Her name is Dorcas Akin. Her topic was not provided, but she spoke very well. She delivered an engaging and thought-provoking presentation. Her practical insights and passionate delivery encouraged meaningful reflection and offered valuable takeaways for educators committed to making a lasting impact. So we had one more participant from India, and that was all from our room. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that feedback, and congratulations to you and your team members. And sorry for that, I think one of your participants was sent to a different room. I'm sorry about that. I think the fault is from me. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to move over to Dr. Nahid. Over to you, Dr. Nahid. We missed your presentation. We called you earlier.
No issue, respected and very highly dynamic and result-oriented visionary RCU and leader, Madam Gloria. She has been doing wonders. And she has been inviting me. She has been working hard for elevation of education across the world. I sincerely appreciate her efforts. And the way she has been conducting all this, it shows her leadership skills and style. First of all, I'm very grateful to my speakers. They spoke very well, and they made me learn lot many new things. Though Dr. Ramasamy from Malaysia, she was very new entrant into the group, but she spoke at length. I sincerely appreciate her efforts. She was talking about that transformation driven by educators. She talked that human has potential, education can maximize it, and education is the foundation. She talked of knowledge, she talked of skills, she talked of confidence. She talked that academics is driven by educators, but we need to form characters. So she talked of quality and empowerment by educators. You know, educators are transformers. All types of transformation she talked about responsibility, professional development, knowledge, pedagogy, subjects, enrichment, and above all, benefits of students. Thereafter, Shanul Bhenji. She was talking about education must create critical thinking. It must develop and foster civic sense. She was talking about responsibility, honesty. These are very, very good and charming words to us, and they help us a lot. And she emphasized that educators and educated people, they use natural resources very judiciously. And she was talking about that education helps us maintain peace, right? And she was very good in our articulation. Thereafter, Mr. Naveen Pandey is my friend. He was talking about character education, and I feel that when children are taught character formation, most of the things are at place. So he was talking about moral compass, he was talking about empathy, citizenship, ethical values, ethics and values, and he was telling that we need to set good examples, love, guidance, discipline, right? And we need to facilitate children. They should be the torch bearers of reducing corruption. Right, in spite of diversity, we need to think about unity. He was talking about productivity. So thank you, Pandey sir, for giving such outstanding and deepening remarks on character education. Thereafter, Vivin Ira. She was very polite in her articulation, and her topic was extraordinary. Nurturing, compassion, integrity, and leadership. These are the 21st century leadership skills we need, and these all work together. And she was talking about collaboration, and we need to celebrate achievement. She was at her conclude, and with this, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Gloria ma'am and all the outstanding speakers, wonderful speakers, speakers with wisdom. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nahid. Thank you for that amazing feedback that you've just given. We appreciate. And this brings us to the end of today's session. I want to appreciate everyone that was able to stay here from the beginning of the session till this moment. So as we conclude today's intellectual exchange, one message stands above all others. A nation becomes stronger when its teachers become stronger. Today's conversation have reminded us that teachers are architects of character, builders of communities, champions of innovation, advocates of inclusion, mentors of the future, and guardians of hope. Every lesson we teach plants a seed. Some seeds become knowledge, others become courage, leadership, compassion, innovation, or justice. Today we become the future of our nation. Thank you for our exceptional moderators. Thank you to our inspiring speakers. Thank you to our dedicated participants and the entire AWTE family for making today's program or session a remarkable success. As we leave this session today, may you carry one important reminder. A teacher may never know how far one lesson can travel, but history continues to prove that every nation is shaped by those who choose to teach with purpose. Thank you for being part of this journey. Stay inspired, stay impactful, keep building nations one learner at a time. God bless you all and see you next weekend for the next global exchange. God bless you all. And have a good night's rest. And very sorry for this session. We've really wasted enough time today. We'll do better next time. Love you all. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.